In 2007 I was diagnosed with a grade 4 GBM tumour, and it was malignant, and I was told by the doctors here that I had between 3 and at the most 18 months to live. So I had a surgery here in Canberra, and then 3 weeks later I went up for a second opinion with Charlie Teo in Sydney, and I saw him at 7 o'clock at night, and at 8 o'clock the next morning I had a second surgery. It was very quick and it was a shock, but the first surgery, it was so horrible between diagnosis and the surgery. There was only like a week in between, and it was just this roller coaster of emotions and shock and trauma, and my kids were only 4 and 18 months old, so you know, the idea of having only 12 weeks left with them was just I can't even describe it. It was just unthinkable and devastating. Worst moment of my life, I think. I came out of that office and nearly fainted. I was incredibly fortunate, and from Charlie's surgery onwards I lived an extra 9 years, which is very rare, and I feel very lucky. But last year, so 9 years on, I went in to see my doctor after I have regular scans every year, and I went in to see my doctor after my scan, and my psychiatrist was in there as well, and I was like, hi, and they're like, eh. And I was like, oh god. And they said there's something there, there's a growth there, and I nearly fainted again. I was like, I don't want to die. Like I thought that bit of my journey was over. So that was, yeah, it was just horrible. So I had this third surgery, and the pathology came back, and it wasn't recurrent tumour, which was a massive relief. It was radiation shadow, so I wasn't sure what that meant, but it's like recurrent, it's like necrotic tissue that's come up from the radiation treatment. 9 years on, when I woke up from the surgery, I couldn't move my left side, so I couldn't move anything except my head, and Charlie was tapping on the bottom of my foot saying wiggle your toes, and I'm looking at my toes going, wiggle, move, and they were just, it's like a brick, it's like tapping on a brick, and like I couldn't lift my arm or anything, and I was like, oh my god, this is me now. So I thought it was like having a massive stroke, and I thought I was paralysed forever. My brain had forgotten that I have a left side, so I had to, basically I had to retrain myself, and I gradually learnt to sort of move my arms and legs, and I could wiggle my toes and I could wiggle my fingers. Really simple tasks that they were giving me, like putting beads on a string, was so difficult. I couldn't, and I was looking at it going, we do this in kindy, but I'm retraining from scratch, you know. But walking a lap of the floor of the hospital, so exciting, and my kids came and saw me, and we'd walk together, and walking is really hard when you have to start from scratch. Thinking about every step, which is what I had to do, was so hard, but doing it was so satisfying. So I went from that unit to a community rehabilitation service, and they continued all my training, and they said you need to set a goal. So I said I'll do the 2-kilometre walk for brain cancer in November. So this was a year ago that this all happened. So the end of September I had my surgery, and then all of the next few months I was in rehab. The track that I'll be going on is hopefully doable, but it's an easy track, and it's for families and kids, and people can go in a wheelchair or you know, with a walking frame maybe. But it's a doable track, and I'm really looking forward to getting to the end of it. So come down. It's going to be it's a really beautiful venue or location out there, Strumlow Park. Hopefully it's a beautiful sunny day and we can just enjoy the fresh air and have a nice walk for a good cause.